Good after morning. Welcome into twitch.tv/iCreamUploads. My name is Graham D, and I'm joined by a very smiley man that we call Bibby. I'll read Bib.
Good after morning, Graham. It's
Good
12.
It is. It's 7 minutes past 12. But you know that 12 is not far from 10, which means this show is 10 a.m. ish as we advertise it on the dot. Yeah, 10 a.m. ish on the dot. Ish. If you're in the chat, please do feel free to get involved. If you don't know who we are, if you don't know what this is, well, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we go live on twitch.tv/iCreamUploads each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish. Yeah, we are the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves, and we bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games, while Next Gen Base
subbing to this nonsense. It's Mornish.
It's Mornish. While Next Gen Base brings 10 months of subscriptions. Thank you very much for the 10 months. Some NGB, love you guys. It is Mornish. It's Mornish. So yeah, we bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games, and we give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories. We then want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. And it's important that you do please get involved. If you are with us live on Twitch, the live stream gets turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So there is lots of places where over 130,000 people have watched and listened to this podcast on demand. So please do feel free to get involved on behalf of those beautiful, beautiful people. Before we get into the news, though, obviously you guys jump in here for the daily news. We bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories. We have a little bit of something exciting to announce.
Yes, we do.
We do. Okay, do you know what? I'm not even going to tell you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a little video. Hopefully it's not too loud, because it wasn't in the stream until this morning, but hopefully it's good. So yeah, this is quite a big deal for us, and yeah, well, we'll talk about it in a few seconds. Yeah. So there you go. This has been pretty much, I want to say, in the works for a while. This has actually been in the works for a lot longer than you'd think, because it's natural. Let's go. So Chappers, thank you very much for 22 months even. I nearly cut 10% off. God damn, 20 months? No, 22. Thank you very much for that, Chappers. So we have been Astro users for a long, long time. Obviously, you will have seen, anyone that's dropped in will have seen that I wear A40s. Bibby wears A40s. So we've been Astro headset users for a long period of time. Naturally, we had... Exactly. But more than that, we fucking love the shit. But yeah, naturally, it's nice to get audio sponsors or hardware partners when you are content creators. But to get an audio... Lumps! Thank you for the bits! But to get an audio partner that is one that you actually use and you are naturally enthusiastic about is absolute goals as content creators, because it's nice to get some new headset stuff, but getting headsets that you actually love and use every day is an absolute win. But that's not where the win stops. So the win isn't just that, oh look, we use Astro headsets, because this is the headset that I've had for a while, but we also have new stuff. So you may see that I do the level 3 helmet games where I pick one of the helmets, maybe it's the Green Ranger, maybe it's the Mandalorian, Kylo Ren, whatever, and I put in-ear headsets on. Well, Astro have hooked me up with a pair of AO3 in-ear monitors, so I can keep the Astro vibes going whilst I'm putting in-ears on. I've got a nice fresh A10 headset as well. And as well as that, I mean, I've got some A40s. These are Gen 3 A40s, which is nice, which is great, but they don't have the V2 audio that the Gen 4 A40s have. Let's go, baby! I'm not going to open any of these now, though, because obviously this is an informational podcast. I will be opening those up on the stream later on. But before I go any further, let me flick over to Big Bib's screen. It looks like you've got a couple of headsets and stuff there with you. Isn't that right, Bib?
That most certainly is correct, Graham. Yes, so
I'm in the way.
Unlocked mine. Yeah, so I've already opened mine, which is obviously what I'm wearing on my head now. Let me just grab my old ones from underneath it. Apologies, I've got a bad back, so
bad back, Bib.
I'm trying not to overstretch too much, but these are the old ones. They have a nice little leather. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these, by the way. They've got a nice little leather cup. However, these ones have got like a material, like a nice little cotton cup. Infinitely better on the old head. Your head doesn't get nearly as sweaty as it does with these. And obviously, we've got the A10s here. And these little beauties actually come with a little small pouch, the in-ear ones. So if I wanted to play my Switch somewhere, I don't have to carry around the big ones. If I'm going to the office and I'm playing on the Xbox or playing on the PlayStation, don't have to carry the big ones. Just plug them little bad boys in and we are good to go. Voice comms all the way, baby.
Yeah. The exciting thing though is do you know it's nice to hear us talking about we've got new stuff. You're thinking, great, you've got a headset, wonderful, nice, show
Why
off.
do you get new headsets and not me?
Well, if we type !ASTRO Astro in the chat, there we go. We also have a dedicated link, so if anyone wants to support the channel, is interested in getting some Astro items themselves, that is our link in the chat. Plus, we have a discount code as well, so you can save yourself some discount on Astro headsets while supporting our channel. But it doesn't just stop there. Starting this Friday, we will have regular giveaways for Astro hardware on our channel. So Astro doesn't just kit us out with hardware that we already like enough to have anyway. They are kitting you guys out too. So starting from Friday, okay, don't tell anyone. We've not mentioned it on social media yet. It's just for you guys here. But we will have an A40 TR headset Gen 4 to give away. You can choose whether you want it to be PC, Xbox, PlayStation, bit of both. Do you know? We'll give you the options. So one person will bag themselves an Astro A40 headset. The competition will probably run next week, but it will starting on Friday. So do keep your eyes out for that one. So yeah, also do feel free to head over to social media. That video that we played, the little 22-second video that showed that we are now Astro partners. If you can keep your eyes out for that, please do feel free to go and share that, particularly the one on Twitter, if you can do, because obviously we've been able to tag in Astro Gaming UK, who are our partners. If you can share that, give Astro Gaming UK some love, that would be very, very much appreciated. And we will give you all one headset to share, but you know, only one person gets it this Friday. So do you know what? Genuinely, thank you very much, you guys, for your support. So it's you guys tuning in, watching the podcast, tuning in for the video game streams, helping us when we do invitational tournaments. Your support through all of those. That has played a massive part for us to be able to speak to longtime friends Astro and get them to support the channel. So genuinely appreciate all of your support, and it's nice for us to be able to get some nice things for the channel, but something that we can give back to you too. So discount codes, community links, and community giveaways probably every month as well. So not only will you get the loot drop every month where we give one prize to a subscriber, we will give away Astro headsets regularly on the channel too, probably monthly. So if you want yourself A40, stick around. How's about that for a start to the show, babe?
Skyrocket stuff, Graham. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is, like you say, it all comes down to everybody else wanting to join in every single morning, watching our streams, and then in the evenings and stuff like that. The people don't just look at our analytics and go, "Do you know what? They might be worth a punt," and that's exactly what people are doing with us. And Astro have come in clutch with kitting out the studio and both of our home both of our home setups. They could have quite easily just gone, "Do you know what? We'll send you two, and that's just for the studio." However, they've sent us a load, which is obviously good for you guys as well, because that's exactly how we were able to give back essentially to you guys for helping support us over the last 4 years overall, but like the last 2 years have just been mental. Basically, since lockdown 1, you guys have just come in clutch with us every single month, either donating to us, just joining us, subscribing, interacting, listening to this little podcast that I say little, it's now got over 130,000.
130,000, mate. I mean, that was a couple of months ago. We're probably like 700 million now. So you know
well, yeah, inflation and all that.
But yeah, genuinely very, very proud to be able to say that. I know everyone, whenever you get a new sponsor, you're proud anyway, but genuinely proud to say that. We have the privilege of not needing to do this as our full-time job, so we can be selective with who we work with. So you will see that we've got Insert Coin, which is a brand that we absolutely love to be alongside. So it's a brand that we've worn long before we made content. Astro, same, a brand that we've used long before we started streaming regularly on ICU, and we are now partnered with both. So thank you very much for your support for helping us to achieve that. It's fucking great. Jumping in the chats, Parma says, audio partners, you guys are doing mad things, and you fully deserve it all. Thank you, Rabbit. I love you. I love you. It is good. It is good. It's good. ICU custom A40 plates incoming. Do you know what? We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, that discussion yesterday.
We may have had custom A40 plate designs made up about 2 years ago. So now we might just get them made. So yeah. Ravi says, I do need some new headphones. Chapper says, how's the A50s? Do you know what? Actually, I don't know. The one thing, that's the one headset I don't know. That is my next step. My only worry with the A50s is because I'm running through the Wave mic, there's some sort of, like, when I use USB connection, there's audio latency going through USB to USB. So with the A50s going through my Wave mic, there may be audio latency unless I use a 3.5 milliamp cable, audio cable out and then in and so on. Anyway, I will be testing those at some point going forward, so I will let you know. That said, Lotus has them and absolutely loves them. I can't remember if West has A40s or A50s. I think he might have A40s, but Lotus has the A50s and he loves them. So yeah, good purchase. I've heard the O3s and nice. Do you know what? I've taken the little sticker off the side and haven't taken them out of the box. That's as far as I've got. So I had some HyperX in-ears, which were okay. They were just a bit, I don't know, maybe a bit loud or something. By the way, if anyone is interested in a pair of HyperX in-ear headphones, do let us know. Because, don't need them anymore. So yeah. Not wearing your United jersey today, Graham. Nope. I've always said I'm a football fan of a red team that begins with UTR. So that's why I'm wearing my under the radar jersey today. Not United, but UTR. Shout out to Manny and Under the Radar FC for one of the sexiest shirts that I've purchased, by the way. So it's 10 o'clock someplace. It is. NGB, thank you very much for the 10-month sub. Mark, welcome in. JMK, thank you for getting in super early doors. Same to Lotus 2. And West says, we are live streaming you. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much, West. I'm not sure if you're still streaming us anymore, but I appreciate you for dropping in for that. Thank you very much. Moon Knight, what we're saying, not seen it, mate. Not seen it yet. Not seen it. I'm waiting for it to build up before I jump in. Yeah, I feel you on that. I'll keep the whole thing in mind when I next need a headset. Shame I only bought one not long back. Well, do you know what? You can never have... I mean, you need a minimum of 6 headsets, really, don't you? If you're going to play video games. It's commonly... No, it's fine. You never know, you might just win one anyway, We'll be giving an A40 headset away starting this Friday and then probably once a month-ish going forward. But you're right, but I'm poor. Do watch Bibby Mish. Bibby Mish? Is Bibby on Hamish's channel?
Also, if his beard's way better than mine, but I've got more hair on my head. At this moment in time, it needs to be trimmed big time. I said to Graham beforehand, like, my hair's that wild, it's literally coming through the top of the headset. It needs to be trimmed, like pronto.
Oh, Bibby Mish. Oh, there we go. I didn't see that. Ish. Yeah, we are. Oh, okay. Let me bring this on the screen. Okay. I've just seen. So this is a clip from the intro. Bibby Mish. So there's me, and there's Bibby. Let's get rid of Bibby. Yeah, we are the UK's #1 video game. And the big head.
New subscriber. Next Gen Base, thank you for the sub. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
Ready. Good morning. How are we doing, Ready? How are we doing?
It's manish. So yeah, we'll bring you the biggest, the best, the breaking.
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Ready?
Oh, that is genius. Get out of here, baby. Get out of here.
I tell you what, I can just leave now, can't I? That's it. Job done. Bibby's put the social tweets out and get Amish in. That's fantastic.
So you're off next week. Big Ham. So you can start at 9-ish, like you usually do. You can jump in, have a couple of games like you usually do, and then when you think, you know what, it's 11's time. I need a brew and a biscuit or something like that. I'll just dial you in for the scoop. You can be Bibmish, and then we'll have like Bibimish for an hour, and then you can jump back into the games and light up Erringel and the like. It's fine, sorted.
Definitely works.
The only thing is though, you might not have a job to come back to, a week after. Just saying.
Oof.
You'll have to hand back
suppose
all
it'll
of
be
your brand new
fine.
Astro headsets. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah. It's okay.
Short-term load. Short-term load. But yes, if you missed it, we are Astro partners. Hashtag Astro Family. We have posts on social media across all of the platforms. We do have a little video. I'll play that probably towards the end of the stream again, just for those that may have missed it. Thank you very much for your support, helping the channel grow to the point where we can be partnered with brands like GT Omega Racing, Astro, Insert Coin. And it's good that we can give bits back to you guys. Thank you for your support. For now, though, we are here for video game news, and that is exactly what we have for you guys. The biggest story of the day is Bibby. You're the biggest story of the day.
Thank you.
That's not what I meant. Bibby.
It's been a long time coming.
The biggest story of the day is Star Wars. Are you a fan?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if you can see my lightsaber over there. I am a fan. I'm not one of the fans that will be able to give you the full rundown from top to bottom of exactly what everything means in Star Wars. I just enjoy them for the films and the entertainment.
Nice.
I'm not a nerd. I'm not a Star Wars nerd.
Well, you've played through every single Uncharted in depth, every minute of every single one, right?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
See, the reason I was saying that is because Bibby is open to the idea of Uncharted, but he hasn't played the Uncharted games. Me, on the other hand, I think Uncharted are some of the best games ever. So if, like me, you are a fan of Uncharted and you're a fan of Star Wars, well, good news. Amy Hennig, the director of the Uncharted games, left Naughty Dog to set up Skydance New Media. Skydance New Media, you might remember we had a story, I think it was about a year ago. Skydance was contracted to do a Marvel game. They got approval, signed an agreement to make a Marvel game with Disney. Well, clearly they have a good relationship with Disney, as they have just signed a deal to make a Star Wars game, which is fucking exciting to me. Someone that has Uncharted level history making a Star Wars game is absolute hype, but also is hype because there's already a few Star Wars games in the works. So if one of them's crap, then there might be one a few months later on. Let's see. Well, that will be the first story of the day. We then turn into, well, do you know what? We're going to change the name from the Scoop to the Sega Scoop, the Segoop, because we had two stories yesterday that we rolled forward about Sega news stories. We have another one as well. So the other story that we'll kick off with is the newer one, which is from Chris Scullion at VGC. It says Sonic Origins details appear on the PS Store. We'll then follow that up with the two delayed stories about Sega greenlighting big budget Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio reboots, and the Streets of Rage movie is reportedly being developed too. And then we will wrap up with kind of Free Game Wednesday. Not Free Game Friday, but kind of Free Game Wednesday, as we'll give you your late April Xbox Game Pass lineup. So stick around, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a brew. If you're in need of a headset, stick around until the weekend, and then we'll look to sort you out with some Astro A40s. Nice exclamation mark, Astro with the jet. Let's go, BB. Okay, for now though, kick things off. Former Uncharted director Amy Hennig is making a new Star Wars game. This is the second game in development from Hennig and Disney. So Skydance New Media and Lucasfilm Games have announced a new narrative-driven action-adventure game featuring an original story in the Star Wars galaxy. The game will be helmed by Amy Hennig, one of the main creative forces behind Naughty Dog's Uncharted series. Quote, I've often described how seeing Star Wars in 1977 essentially rewired my 12-year-old brain, shaping my creative life and future indelibly, said Skydance New Media President Hennig. I'm elated to be working with Lucasfilm Games again to tell interactive stories in this galaxy that I love. We couldn't be more thrilled to be working with him again with Amy, said Douglas Riley, Vice President of Lucasfilm Games. She and the Skydance New Media team have the talent and ambition to create a unique Star Wars adventure. Their vision for making narrative-driven and engaging interactive entertainment makes this collaboration very exciting. We're working hard with their team of experienced and talented developers, and we're looking forward to be sharing more with Star Wars fans when the time is right. This is the second project that Hennig's Skydance New Media is working on in collaboration with Disney. It was announced last year that the studio was working on a new Marvel game, as if it was only like 6 months ago. I thought it was more like 12 months ago, last October. So I can't imagine being I can't imagine a better partner than Marvel for our first game. Imagine kicking things off partnering for Marvel on your very first game. 6 months later, yeah, we'll just get Star Wars as well, yeah. So okay, we'll put a pin in that there. But Amy Hennig, ex Uncharted, ex Naughty Dog, now Skydance New Media, is bringing a brand new Star Wars game, interactive entertainment. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I mean, again, my experience with Uncharted is very limited. Sorry, I don't know if you guys want to do this as well. I've just posted it all to Instagram on our story, so you can go and view that. That would be absolutely amazing if you could like and share all of that stuff. But anyway, moving back into the actual working stuff and the video game news. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, Uncharted is a very, very good franchise. From what I've heard, I've only ever played the PSP one, the PS Vita one, the Golden Abyss, and I had a good time with that. I do have the collection because it was given away on PlayStation many months ago. I just haven't got round to playing them, but working alongside obviously you and a lot of people in the community as well who have played these games, absolutely adore them and the storytelling that happens with them. I'm fairly certain there is a Duff Uncharted game in the mix that people probably aren't too fond of. I can't remember which one it was. People say the story wasn't as strong as the other ones, but as a collective story from beginning to end, and taking into consideration the games that are available right now, I feel like this could be a very good partnership. It could work hand in hand with it. A story is only as good as the writing that's being told in it, which is such a easy statement to make. It's almost cliche that something is as good as it's written. Do you know what I mean? Like that storytelling, a story is only as good as the person that's writing it and telling the story with the words that they are using. If the words aren't good, the story won't be good. If the acting isn't good and that's portraying a script, then the film won't be good. That's just how it is. It's very cliche. It's very top down, but that's essentially what it boils down to when you're trying to tell a story. So they've got history in creating very good stories. Star Wars seems to be like an open book at the moment in terms of how many different Star Wars stories that are being pumped out, whether or not it's The Mandalorian, whether or not it's a new Star Wars film, whether or not it's the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett. There's like so much Star Wars content out there at the moment. It's just telling a different story from a different perspective. Whether or not it's going to be a unique story, one that's not been told before, I'm not too sure. But more Star Wars is definitely a thumbs up from my side of things.
In terms of, I heard you mention an Uncharted game that was not as good as the others. I would probably say I didn't finish it, even though I thought it was good for a Vita game. I'd say Golden Abyss was probably my least favourite. I thought it's probably the platform that made that least. But then I think it would have to be the first one. It's almost like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 1 was almost the egg that needed to be broke to make the Assassin's Creed 2 omelette. That was the same thing with Uncharted 1. That was Naughty Dog finding their feet, and then they stuck the landing with Uncharted 2. So yeah, Uncharted 1 was the one that was okay, this is good. This could be something. And then Uncharted 2 was like, fuck me, this is something. And then, yeah. From that bit. I mean,
did they have the idea of making more Uncharted though, or was it just something that they just found a hit with? Like, was the intention to create multiple different stories or a continuation of the story of the Uncharted franchise, or was it literally just, this is a very good game, then it hits stardom, then they create something off the back of it, and it's just continued on?
I think it was probably a possibility, but with it being, it was essentially a launch title. I don't know if it was actually a launch title. It could have been. I can't quite remember if it was launch title or if it was a soon after launch title. But it was probably one of those where we'll see how this goes. So it was like Uncharted, Resistance, Fall of Man. They all kind of came at the same sort of time. Resistance, Fall of Man didn't stick the landing on the second one, whilst Uncharted did. So they both got massive, like, okay, this is actually really good, is this? And then yeah, it was just, Uncharted 2 is probably the best one. Although like, it's kind of a coin toss. Most people that have played through the Uncharted series will flip a coin between 2 or 4 as being the best one. I kind of like 4. I won't say why.
Is that the finale one? For someone, again, I'm talking about this from someone who hasn't really got any experience with it. Is the 4th one the last one?
Yeah, that's right, okay. The most recent one. So it's the last one in terms of there hasn't been another one since. Technically, there has. There was Lost Legacy, which that's probably if I was going to put a game as not being up to par with the others, I would probably say it's the Lost Legacy. But that was also like The Last of Us Left Behind. It was DLC that was then sold separately, kind of thing. So I wouldn't really say it's a standalone Uncharted game myself. It doesn't have Nathan Drake in it for starters, so that's kind of a big thing. So yeah, I'd go in that. If I was to rank that, I'd put that last, and then Golden Abyss, and then probably go 1, 3, 2, and 4. Something like that. Yeah. As someone who is a Star Wars nerd and who loves Uncharted, this is almost a dream collab, says Ravi. It's exceptional potential for me. Uncharted, and not just Uncharted, but it's almost it gets badged as a PlayStation thing, like great single player, first person, narrative driven, engaging story games. That's a PlayStation thing, and it is. PlayStation has pushed that quite a lot. It's not something that's exclusive to PlayStation, but it was very, very much helped by Naughty Dog, and like obviously two of the biggest titles that PlayStation have had that have had that style of game have been The Last of Us and Uncharted, and they are both from the same teams. So if you take someone that has essentially matured in that environment, like I imagine a lot of Amy Hennig's formative developmental years have been in that, creative process of developmental years have been in that environment. So if she's bringing that to a Star Wars game, you have to feel that's immense pedigree to start off. And like, what have we had before that? Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Decent game, not great, but decent. It's a very good game. Never played the second one, not because it wasn't good. It just bypassed me. Star Wars Battlefront 2, good story again. I probably preferred Force Unleashed. Jedi Fallen Order is probably my favorite story, single player, narrative driven game. This has the potential to obviously just take that and just run like, bye, okay, anything you've played Star Wars like before, times by 10. So it has the potential. That said, Skydance New Media, their first contract was signed 6 months ago with a massive brand that would expect absolute goals from their first title. So basically, everyone that's going to be in there is either going to be working their asses off, or they need to scale up and scale massively. So this could be a million years away if they're already providing a Marvel game. We don't even know what it's called. We've not seen a logo. We don't know the name. We could be 3, 4, 5 years away from this. So I'm thinking, if one Star Wars game is bad, then we can get another one. But it might be a million years away before we even get to see this Star Wars game. So, yeah. Settle down, Graham. Woosah. Calm down. Do you know what? We'll get Nathan Drake in space.
There's nothing wrong with getting excited, though, Graham. There's nothing wrong with getting excited about something that could potentially be the benchmark for Star Wars games going forward. Obviously, every single Star Wars game hasn't been an absolute hit, but this, I don't want to say that this is going to be the best ever, because it might not be. It might not tell a story that people want to be told. But there's nothing wrong with getting excited about what could potentially be. If you have two franchises that you absolutely love, technically merging into one, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Get excited, get hyped.
Exactly. And they're both high tier. It's not like small things that, I used to kind of like that. I mean, I've got fucking the Mandalorian's helmet's there, Kylo Ren's helmet's there, and I annoyingly don't have my Uncharted bits. But my Uncharted bits were exactly where those stuff are now. They're just been packed away because obviously if you put everything on show all the time, you'd have no room to move. But yeah. So these are like top 10 out of 10 tier stuff. So I just hope that it's exceptional. Tito says, I just want a proper new KOTOR. Yeah, exactly. Imagine that though, getting an absolute banger of Knights of the Old Republic, an absolute banger of Jedi Fallen Order 2, an absolute banger of these like the Ubisoft Star Wars games and whatever, and then we get an absolute banger of Skydance New Media. Fucking yeah, let's go, baby. I'm gonna be literally forget dressing gowns. I'm gonna buy a Jedi robe and just sit in one of those constantly. I'll just rock up at meetings waving my hand around like I've got the Force and yes, please. Also, congrats on the Astro deal to the moon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tito. Yeah. Jumping back through the comments, Neil says, sorry, it was too funny not to clip. No, I'm glad you clipped it. Bibi Mish is fucking GG to Ham as well. Doing that on the fly, you love to see it.
World class.
Code Red says, big dubs, crazy tax set. We'll come back to that one. Did I get everything? I think I got it all. Nice. Matt Beta 1 says, so you're not a real fan then, Bib. So I like Star Wars, but I don't know all of the quotes inside out and everything, so you're not a real fan then, Bib.
Yeah, that's absolutely... Put me in that category, my friend.
Yeah. Like, I think I'm a big Star Wars fan in terms of bigger than a lot, but I know I'm not bigger than everyone. And you'll know that, like, when someone will say something and you're like, what's that from? I know that. And then they go Star Wars, you're like, oh, fuck yeah. We had a quiz, like one of the lockdown quizzes, and it was like, what was Luke's father's job? And I was like, no idea. I cannot remember. His uncle's job, should I say. And he was like a water farmer or something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was something like that. But yeah, nope, completely no idea.
Water farmer?
Nah, it was something like... Yeah, like that. Do I get moisture farmer? Pretty much. Do I get cut as a vital cog in the ICU machine? You get cut if you come to Blackpool because everyone's got shivs, if that's what you mean. No? Okay. Hi all, Bip. How's the work experience by working out? Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, it's fine, mate. Yeah.
He's doing okay.
Also, my work laptop charger has died. I have 4 hours left before I can't do any work. Is it wrong? I want to turn the brightness up and burn the battery as quick as I can. No, do it. Actually, Star Wars reference.
The volume up to 100 as well.
Emperor, do it. Do it. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Do it. Do it. Let's move ahead, though. Moisture farmer, even I know that, and I prefer old school Trek. Yeah, but David, get in the bin. Literally, find the bin, climb inside it, and close it behind you. It's the almost gatekeeping. Even I know that. You've said the words moisture farmer and then said, even I know that. Like, it's like, listen to what you are saying. Even I know.
What is a moisture farmer?
Exactly.
What is a moisture farmer? I'm going to have to Google it. Moisture farmer.
It's because it's
Wikipedia.
It's called, yeah, well, Wikipedia. That's fucking best. One of the best names for a website ever. Wikipedia. Yeah, it's because they're on Tatooine, aren't they? Which is like desert planet kind of thingy. So yeah.
Operated a moisture farm using vaporators and harvest excess humidity into the atmosphere.
Yeah, but even David knows that. I mean? Even David knows that. Shut up!
I would have watched that and just gone, what are they doing? Like, I didn't know. What's the job title of the shirt?
I mean,
moisture farmer.
Moisture farming just sounds like someone's spitting. There you go. There's a bit.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. I need that Homer Simpson nerd gif. I've been like, I've used that 3 times in chats with Nietzsche. He's like, you're on your 3rd strike now. Another one and you're out. You're out of here. Oh, no, I think I'm on my 2nd strike. I might be on. Yeah. Anyway, either way, I'm with Fatman Dave. Everyone knows that. No, they don't. No, they don't. Go and farm somewhere, just whatever. Ugh. Anyway, moving ahead. So Star Wars X Uncharted-ish. Could be on the way. For now, though, let's talk about literally all the things Sega. We'll start off with this article from Chris Scullion. Good guy at VGC says Sonic Origins details appear on the PS Store, new areas, mission mode, and more. The retro compilation will include new animations and a museum. So a listing for Sonic Origins has appeared on the Australia and New Zealand PS Store, revealing new information on the upcoming compilation. The listing, which appears to have gone up early, can be accessed via an Australian or New Zealand PlayStation account. I was going to hit play in the video, but it's 12 minutes, so forget that. The product description reveals that each of the classic retro Sonic games included will have brand new opening and ending animations and will include classic and anniversary modes. The classic mode will show the game in its original resolution and have limited lives like it did in the 16-bit era. And the anniversary mode, meanwhile, will give the player infinite lives and will present the game in a new widescreen resolution. Origins will also include missions, which will allow players to collect coins. These can be then spent in the game's museum mode to unlock new content, challenges, and special stages. The listing on the PlayStation app also appears to imply that a physical release is planned, as it makes reference to owners of a PS4 disc being able to upgrade to the PS5 version. Sonic Origins is a retro compilation which includes the following games: Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, Sonic & Knuckles, and Sonic CD. The compilation was originally, we don't need to know when it was originally announced, but big news: Sonic the Hedgehog Origins. Excited, babe?
Absolutely. I mean, I love Sonic.
Do you?
And being able to play Sonic 1 again, that I probably own on every single console ever since the Mega Drive. In fact, I've got a little Sonic retro mini cartridge up there on my little Mega Drive retro mini model. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, being able to play Sonic again on my PlayStation 5 in this collection. I say I'm a massive Sonic fan. I don't think I've ever played Sonic CD because I don't think I had the unit for it way back in the day. So that could be interesting to pick up. But yeah, I mean, I bought the Sega Mega Drive collection on my PlayStation 4 when it came out, maybe 3 years ago, might even be a bit longer, just to be able to replay Sonic again. Disappointed that Sonic Spinball isn't on it because I actually really enjoy that game. I know it's one of those ones that people probably aren't too either familiar with, remember it, or liked it. But I loved a bit of Sonic because I love pinball games, so Sonic Spinball was fantastic. But yeah, being able to play these 5 games again, or starting Sonic CD for the first time, this is mega. I love this. Day one purchase, no problems.
David is in the same boat as you. He says, "Why no Sonic Spinball?" Okay, that title just about fits. It's a little bit out, so I'll leave it. It's fine. You get it. It's fine. Yeah, I didn't really like Sonic Spinball. I've never really been a big fan of of pinball games, apart from the one that was on like Windows XP or whatever, because that was like obviously
Space Commander or something was it called?
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I never really got. I only played Sonic Spinball when there was no Sonic game to play. So like if I'd go to my nana's or whatever, and my cousins had taken the Sonic games to their house, and there was just Spinball left, I'd play that at that point in time. I can remember specific levels and so on, and I remember playing a lot of it, but it was just not Sonic. So yeah, I'm not bothered that it's not there. I did play Sonic CD though. I played all of those. That are included. Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, and CD. Me and David played a lot of Sonic games back in the day. After Mega Drive, how did we go SNES first? I can't remember. We either went SNES. We did SNES and Mega Drive. I think we went SNES first, and then we got a Mega Drive later on. But we started playing Sonic 1 and 2 on family members' consoles and stuff. So I would love to go back through and play all of these. Mm-hmm. Absolutely tapping up everyone I know at Sega and being like, yep. Codes, please. Please.
Well, I want to buy the PlayStation 4 version just so I have the physical version of it, and then obviously it'll upgrade to my PlayStation 5 version. That's the path that I'd like to take. But yeah, this is definitely one that will be going back onto the wall up there, the Wall of Fame. Absolutely, no problems.
Nice. So if you're interested in retro / anniversary, so they've got the original, what were they called? The classic modes, where you can play the original ones, and then the anniversary editions, which is widescreen upgraded versions. Then they will both be included in Sonic Origins, which has been leaked on the New Zealand, Australian PSN stores. Hopefully we'll have some stuff ish now, maybe potentially, because this article this article was actually only written a couple of hours ago, so we might get it by the end of the day / later on tomorrow. You get the idea. Sticking with Sega though, moving a little bit further forward and moving back in time, because this is a story that we were going to cover yesterday. One for the Code Red guys, obviously they've already got a little bit excited at this in the chat. Chris Scullion at VGC had this story from yesterday. Says Sega has greenlit big budget Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio reboots. Also shout out to I'm not sure what his Twitch name. I can't remember if it's Chaos Riot Zero or if it's Cardboard Zero on Twitch, aka Chris Locke, part of the Coin Army. He is a big he's the biggest Jet Set Radio fan that I know. He's actually got Insert Coin Jet Set Radio t-shirts and went to Japan just to do some photo shoots so that he can get, like, Insert Coin every year do a Coin Army photo contest where if you've got their merch on, you can send a picture of you wearing their merch, and it could just be you chilling out on your couch, but he went to like get full on like in-game photo like recreation shots. So yeah, anyway, he'll be happy. So if you're interested in Jet Set Radio or Crazy Taxi, bit of news for you. The games will reportedly be the first 2 super game titles, it's being claimed. So Sega is working on big budget reboots of Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio, according to a new report. Bloomberg cites sources which claim that the 2 reboots will be the first titles in Sega's Super Game Initiative, a 5-year strategy involving what Executive VP Shuji Utsumi has previously called the development of AAA titles that cross over Sega's comprehensive range of technologies. According to the new report, both games are in the early stages of creation and could yet be cancelled. That's great. That's a great start to the Super Game series. Nice. But it's believed that the new Crazy Taxi has already been in development for more than a year, with the aim being to potentially release in 2024 or 2025. Interesting. Bloomberg sources claim that Sega is using Fortnite as a template for what it intends to achieve with these games, with plans to make them free to play, available over a number of systems, multiplayer, and featuring various items and events designed to encourage spending on microtransactions. Earlier this month, Utsumi clarified Sega's plans for the Super Game Initiative, explaining that it actually refers to multiple games. Previous reports have suggested that it may be a single title, and that some of them could incorporate cloud or NFT technology. According to Utsumi, a super game title has to meet 4 main criteria. 1, be multi-platform. 2, be global multi-language development. 3, have a simultaneous worldwide release. And 4, be a AAA title. In other words, you can imagine that the scale of the game development will be that of a global blockbuster. Sega's general manager Katsuya Hisai also added several projects are currently underway for Super Game. Oh, this is a quote. Several projects are currently underway for Super Game. In my department, around 50 people are already involved in the initial stages. We expect the final number of employees will be several hundred. And then we get some information about original Crazy Taxis and so on. But we can stop there. Okay, so Super Game is actually Super Games. And they need to be cross-platform, AAA, released worldwide. It just sounds like a AAA launch to me, if it's Sega's version of a AAA. So this Super Game that was going to be essentially the Fortnite multiverse, but in video games across multiple titles, is just multiple titles being bigger launches. Interesting. So Sega maybe that's Sega announcing in Sega's jargon that they are coming back to AAA development to lead the video game market, because Sega used to be obviously a market leader a lifetime ago, and then the video game world changed. And they dropped away. And is this a sign that they're coming back to look to do that? And if that is the case, do you see Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio being games that can bring them back to the AAA forefront?
I'd like to say yes, but I feel like the world has moved on. I think Jet Set Radio, albeit people would love to see it, and I know there is obviously people on the timeline that would do anything to get a remake of Jet Set Radio. It's difficult to answer because I feel like there's a lot of games recently that have been rebooted that probably haven't done as well as they may have liked. We'll throw in Crash Bandicoot with that. We'll throw in Spyro. We'll throw in Tony Hawk's. These are games that were beloved way back when that have been remastered, and they are fantastic games, but I don't know about whether or not they made the money that they was probably anticipating, because it's all well and good people shouting on social media saying that they want them, but will they go out and buy them when they actually need them to be bought, not when they're on sale 6 months later. They need them to be bought at launch so that their quarters look decent and they can actually get a good return on investment. Do I think Crazy Taxi fits that bill? I love Crazy Taxi. I loved Crazy Taxi. It's been a long time since I played it. Do I think that it would be the start again of Sega making AAA titles? I don't. I feel like it's one of those games that was an extremely good arcade game. It was one of the games that I first got on my PlayStation 2. It wasn't until I played it on my PlayStation 2 that I'd actually played it in the arcades as well. It wasn't the other way around. So do I think Crazy Taxi could be the start of it? I feel like it definitely could do some numbers, but I don't think it'll do the numbers of them wanting for it to be a super game. I don't think it comes anywhere close to being a AAA super game. Same with Jet Set Radio. I know that's probably not what people want to hear, but I feel like there was very, very good arcade games way back when. I don't think it will be anywhere close to being as adored now than it was back then. I mean, retreading all ground is difficult, especially nowadays with everything else with all the free-to-play games that are out there that are doing numbers through the roof. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, one of the things you mentioned is that do I see people going out and spending money on it? I mean, the good news is that the aim for these is that they're free to play, so people could jump into it. But then again, why would they jump into it? Because what is Crazy Taxi? For those that don't know what Crazy Taxi is, it's literally you're a taxi cab. You drive to a stop, pick someone up, take them somewhere else, then drive, pick somewhere up, take them somewhere else. The idea that you keep fighting against the timer that's perpetually ticking down, aka a time trial race, which in an open world environment like that was quite groundbreaking at that point in time. That is now a side mission in GTA. So why would I go and jump into a AAA game built around Crazy Taxi when it's just something that I can do optionally in a much bigger game that already has potentially me signed into the GTA Online monthly subscription service and all sorts of stuff. It's difficult. That said, that is what we're going off. All I'm saying, what I'm saying there is that's all it offers. I don't know that. It could have so much more, but until we know, Sega needs to come out and say, like, if they're talking about the games that they're working on, we already know that Crazy Taxi has been in dev for a year, and it could be coming out in as late as 2025. 4 to 5 years this game has been in development, whereas we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order in 2 to 3. So what is it about this game that requires 2 times as long as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I've already said earlier in the show is probably my favourite single-player Star Wars game that I've played? Why does this game need twice as long? If it's a super game that could potentially have hundreds of people working on it by the end, AAA launch across the world all at the same time, is it just the fact that you're making it complex that makes it take 5 years? Or is there something else? You've given us details, great. Give us some proper details to get excited about. I know that we are years away from it. So they don't want to give us details right now because then we're in the cyberpunk phase of, hey, here's the full details. But you can't play it for forever. You're just going to hate it by the time it arrives because you'll be bored of hearing this thing that you can't play. And then when you can play it, you don't care anymore. So
I've just Googled how many Crazy Taxi games there was because from memory I can only remember that there was 2, but apparently there was way more than that. There's Crazy Taxi 2, Crazy Taxi 3, Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride, Crazy Taxi Fair Wars, Crazy Taxi City Rush, Crazy Taxi Tycoon. I didn't realise there was that many.
Sega, they dropped off though, didn't they? I'm a big fan of Sega, but I'm not a fan of Sega from a decade ago. Because Sega 10 years ago to 15 years ago, that sort of era, were just shovelware. Okay, let's get another game out. Let's get another one out. Let's just do... And it was just a case of, we're not making consoles, so we're just doing software. But we're not taking software seriously. We're just trying to throw as much as we can and see if it sticks. It was almost that arcade mentality, but in home entertainment environment. And they had so many below par games where they just milked the shit out of their top end titles, which is why people are so excited to see a big budget Crazy Taxi and a Jet Set Radio, because that's the difference here. Looking at the title, Sega has greenlit big budget Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio reboots. So this is not just shoveling more of the same. Put as little as you can and get as much as you can out of it. This is, okay, we're putting a lot in, but we need to see the vision. We need to see the vision. Jordan, if you're still here, I know you keep putting in the keck faces in the chat. Good day, by the way. You've got like one of the most eclectic video game histories out of anyone that I know. Can you tell me anything from a Sega perspective that has been like majorly successful, or even you, Bib, not even just Jordan? Like what would you say is the shining light for Sega? Is it anywhere near super AAA? Is there anything that we can look at that and think, okay, this is where they're probably going to go with Crazy Taxi? Because I'm struggling.
I'm sure they did Dead Rising. I'm just gonna double check this now because no, it's Capcom. That's completely gone. That's completely the opposite side. We're probably missing some completely obvious ones. Sega titles by year.
Alien Isolation, Bayonetta, Company of Heroes, Dawn of War, Endless Dungeon, Endless Space, Football Manager, Hatsune Miku, Humankind, Shenmue.
I wouldn't put Football Manager in that.
Nah.
As much as I love Football Manager, I don't think they have much to do with that. It's a sports interactive game, and they're just publishing it.
So looking at their list of brands, this is only the brands that are listed in the footer of the Sega.com website. You've got Total War 2 Point and stuff like that, Valkyria Chronicles, Vanquish, and then it ends with Yakuza. For me, Yakuza is the one probably that speaks out as being like a bit more mainstream success. Obviously, you've got Football Manager, which is like a completely different thing. You've got Sonics, which is probably more based off the history. Alien Isolation. Isolation was was Isolation the one that was the 4-player squad sort of thing, or is Isolation the one that scared the shit out of you? Yeah,
that was that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so even that, there's still nothing that sets the earth on fire for me there, even with the strength of the Alien brand carrying a scary space game. There's nothing in there that makes me think Sega have absolutely hit this out of the park. And like David says, no single player. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm dubious, but that said, Sega are approaching this differently by calling it Super Game, by saying that they want it to be AAA, multi-language, full global reveal at the same time and stuff. That's something they've not done before. So is this Sega going, do you know what? That seat at the table that we had all those years ago, taking it back now. I hope it is. If they're just taking the Crazy Taxi name and then changing it, look at what PlayStation did with God of War. They changed it from a game that I didn't care about to a game that is right up my street. I still haven't played it, mind. And if they can do that with Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio, yes. Jet Set Radio is probably less my jam. Crazy Taxi potentially could be, but depends on what they make it into. We will see. Tell you what,
Crazy Taxi had the banging soundtrack as well, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
It had the Offspring, and is it Bad Religion? I think as well. Like they was, and this is obviously something else that's just come to my mind that maybe we didn't consider. Do you remember Crazy Taxi having the wildest ads in there? So they had like a KFC and Tower Records and what the other ones? Pizza Hut. They had like all these licensed places. Can you imagine nowadays, like people will be paying for licensing for you to be able to get taken to a place within the game? Like it would just be a free for all. The amount of money that, no wonder they would be making it free to play if they could, because it'd just be an ad-ridden game. It wouldn't be intrusive like I imagine mobile games adverts are, but it would be subconscious enough for you to say, okay, I'm dropping you off at Pizza Hut this time, I'm dropping you off at Subway or whatever else that wants to get licensed within the game.
Hey, can you take me to Subway, the home of the Italian BMT, where for $6 you can get the footlong plus a free drink where you can always eat fresh? And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, if you want, love, jump in.
But yeah, they've got the opportunity to be able to do that within the games again.
Well, if Sega get bought by Xbox, which is the long-term rumor, which obviously it's a Japanese company, so maybe it won't, but it's the long-term rumor that Sega are going to get bought by Xbox. Xbox have been rumored to be looking at how they can install advertising into free-to-play games. And do you know why that is? As Tito always says, ! Gamep ass. There you go. ! Gamep ass. There you go. Did you know that if you're an Xbox, you can get Gamep Assware for a low monthly fee of only $10.99? You can get access to hundreds of games, including day one releases, and even EA, Ubisoft, and Activision Blizzard games. Plus, you can even get the extra first 3 months for £1. That is ! Gamep Ass. Nice. I can't believe I've only just realised that as well. All this time I've been typing Game Pass in there and I've not realised it has. Yeah, Gamep Ass. Nice. Still the best deal in gaming, even though I take the piss, obviously. Okay, do you know what? That's enough Sega talk. Let's jump into our next article, which is about Sega. Jordan Midler at VGC says that a Streets of Rage movie is reportedly being developed by the team behind Sonic. The creator of John Wick is seemingly tied to the project. I'm going to stop for just a second. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, please. Sega getting back into making global AAA games. Yes, please. I am very excited about both of those stories. Neither of those comes to the level of excitement that just that title and tagline gives me then. Streets of Rage is an over-the-top, cheesy as feck storyline. One of the best games in the world. Absolutely. You play Streets of Rage 4. Me and Bibby streamed it. You play Streets of Rage 4. exceptional.
Yeah.
It's cheesy as feck. Like someone just takes over the full city because that's how the films used to work in the 80s, and this is pretty much an 80s video game. But that over-the-topness done by the people that created Sonic, so that someone that knows how to satisfy a video game audience, but then made by the guy that created John Wick, which is also over the top. It just sounds incredible. Okay, let's jump back in and continue. So a film adaptation of the arcade Sega classic Streets of Rage is in development, according to a new report. Deadline claims that DJ2 Entertainment, the company behind the Sonic film series, is working on the project. A spec script for the project was written by Derek Kolstad, the man behind the John Wick franchise, it's claimed. Sega has yet to confirm the project, but following the record-breaking success of the Sonic Hedgehog film adaptation, it's likely that Sega will want to continue to capitalize on bringing its classic titles to the big screen. The original Sonic the Hedgehog was a surprise success, with it becoming the top-grossing video game adaptation of all time in the US. Paramount Pictures and Sega revealed in February that a third Sonic film and a live-action TV series have entered production. VGC's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie review said, do you know what? It's better than the original. Nice. Okay, we'll stop there because I don't want to go into anything else and all the spiel about Sonics, because we've spoken about Sonic. What we do want to talk about, though, is Streets of Rage. Babe,
Yeah.
I know you're a Streets of Rage guy. I know that because I've played through it with you. Streets of Rage movie, yes or no?
Yes, but I feel like it would have to be super camp. I feel like that would be the only way. They couldn't make it super like serious. I don't think they could make a serious Streets of Rage film. I don't think it'd work. They'd have to make it as over top and camp as the games are. I think that would be the only way it'd work, right? Add a bit of humor in there as well. For shits and giggles, chug Ryan Reynolds in as well, because I think he would do. I think he would take his Deadpool characteristics and put him into like a Streets of Rage game, and I think that would work quite well. But yeah, I think it would just have to be humor based. I don't think you could take it. You couldn't have a Streets of Rage game and have it serious. I don't think it would work at all.
Yeah, I think so. Like, it's always those like New York City. A crew of underground thugs have come in. They've taken over the whole city, and the police can't do anything. And it's like, so basically, what you're saying is the city's pretty much on a criminal lockdown, and the military or the rest of the world has just left them to it. What like what film is it? Like 21 Bridges or something, where the guy just goes like, close the bridges, close the island, all of them, so he can get. And it's like, so that's just how this part of New York or whatever lives now. Oh, we all live in a world of crime where people walk around wearing fluorescent green jackets and have purple mohawks and stuff, and everyone is over the top. Like, it's like the same person. Oh, you'll get like the names that came to mind are like Axel and Blaze, but they're clearly like your characters kind of thing. Blaze, is Blaze one actually? Is Blaze one of the bad guys? Let's say Blaze. You'll get Blaze, which is a guy that's red and he's got an orange jacket on. And then you'll get like Steam, which will be a guy that's grey with like silver hair. And then you'll get like Water, which will be the exact same guy again, but blue with like turquoise hair. And it's like, what? But like, obviously, you wouldn't have that level of stupidity in the game in terms of the same people being just reskin stuff. That's just video game dev. That's easy to copy and paste the same stuff and make it quicker and easier. But yeah, I feel it needs that though. Like you're saying, it needs to lean into its over the top 80s video game stupidity. It needs to keep that. Sonic the Hedgehog went too realistic with their marketing of the first Sonic. It was terrifying. This weird space fucking hedgehog thing, and it was like, it's got human teeth. What the fuck is this? Yeah. And it's like weird, scary eyes. So they went whoops, and then fixed that and made it like, okay, let's lean back into. We don't need realism. We're making a movie about a game called Sonic the Hedgehog. It's literally, if it's about the game, why not just actually embrace the game? And the same thing with Streets of Rage.
It was another one. Detective Pikachu was another one. You can put it into that category. Obviously, again, you're taking Ryan Reynolds and you're putting it into Pikachu to give it a sense of humor and stuff like that. But that was a film that could have been an absolute disaster, but it turned out to be a fantastic film. I really, really enjoyed it. But using a video game CGI Pikachu in a world that might not have might not have worked well. Like obviously CGI has come a long way now. There is a lot of films like watch Scary Movie now, and the CGI in that film is horrendous. Like it's just if it didn't have nostalgia, I could not show that now to my 15-year-old, 16-year-old brother. God, this was what it was like back in the day.
I'm gonna slash gas. Couldn't have a hole in your ass.
Like this is one of the funniest films you'll ever see. He won't have any of it. But yeah, I feel like it definitely could. It could be. I mean, while we're at it, we could also do one for Golden Axe as well. I think a Golden Axe film would be ace. But
Conan the Barbarian, basically.
Like just you could take any kind of medieval film and make it into Golden Axe, but I think a Golden Axe film, a Streets of Rage film, all of these IPs, it would need to have justice done to them, which is a very difficult thing, because you are getting people like my granddad hasn't played Golden Axe for 25 years, going, I used to play a game called Golden Axe. What's this? And he watches it and he goes, "That's nothing like the game that I played." Like, it's difficult to try and appease everybody. But
the worst one,
Streets of Rage would be great.
The worst one for me is where they forget their video game foundations and then go, "Do you know what? It'd be really nice if we have 30 seconds where we honor the video game foundations, like Doom did." And it was like there was one segment where it just went into first person, and it was just like, yeah, but the rest of it
is that the one with the rock?
Yeah. And it was like the rest of it was trash. And then went, do you know what? Let's just for a second, because they're a bit, the only people that play video games are people that sit in their basements drinking energy drinks. Well, the mum and dad basements drinking energy drinks. Obviously, we're Hollywood. We know you guys are losers. So we're not going to make a full film that references the video games. We'll give you 30 seconds. In the same way that they used to do it with wrestlers, like The Rock used to always end up rock bottoming someone in the films. Mm-hmm. Just like, oh, there we go. He's just rock bottom. So yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, we know he's a wrestler, but we don't really care about his wrestling. It's like, but you've still got him as the star of your fucking TV series, your show, your whatever, your film, because of his success that came from cross. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, Streets of Rage movie, yes, please. Streets of Rage movie made by a team that understood how to market Sonic to the world. Yes, please. Streets of Rage team that's got the Sonic team that has not only made a great movie, the highest grossing video game film of all time, but then taken that further, which critically has been, people agree that Sonic 2 is better than the first one, and it has Idris Elba in it as well. Okay, that's great. And then you add the John Wick element. John Wick was a film that shouldn't have worked. Some weird dude that has his dog kiboshed and then goes and kicks the fuck out of the world, but it was fucking badass. So yeah, it just sounds like an over-the-top chaotic recipe for disaster/success, and I am there for it. Yes, please. For fuck's sake, I live in a basement. Stop picking on me. yeah, but Tito, you don't have a big beard, do you? Oh. You don't drink a lot of caffeinated drinks, do you? I mean, I'm only saying caffeinated. I meant energy drinks, but I know you drink coffee. I don't know if you drink energy drinks, and that just fit my narrative, so we'll just go with that. Okay, yeah, nice. Oh. A new Crazy Taxi, I'm hyped, says ads, open world Crazy Taxi. Oh, it's not Pog, that's Craigism, by the way. Crazy Taxi needs to keep that fun commentator. The voiceover in Crazy Taxi was so funny. Do you know what? I don't think open world... I mean, Crazy Taxi was kind of open world anyway, but if Crazy Taxi was open world, it would be like, once you've picked someone up and dropped someone off somewhere, it will just be the same thing, but longer. Rather than, can you just take me 2 streets away? It'd be like, actually, can you just drive to the other side of Manchester? Actually, from the other side of Manchester, do you mind just driving out to Lytham St Anne's? It's about 45, 50 minutes, depending on traffic, and it's just like, I can't be arsed driving around for 45, 50 minutes with this level of stress of time. So it needs more for me.
Yeah.
Fun, but that's not a AAA game. That's that's cool. Put it back down again after an hour or two, and then you don't need to play it again. There was a Crazy Taxi mobile game, 2018, I believe. See, exactly, mobile game. It's almost that sort of vibe nowadays. Crazy Taxi, the world has moved on. In the way that we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog having original versions where you get a limited amount of lives, and then the anniversary version, which gives you widescreen and infinite lives. Video game world has moved on, and I don't feel like Crazy Taxi is a AAA game as it was. It needs to progress. I hope we see Sonic Frontiers soon. Only coffee, my energy drink days are behind me. Same. Although they were never in front of me, to be fair. So never really got them. It's the Torini flavour. It's not for me. It's not for me. Okay, one final news article to wrap things up before we disappear for the day, though. We have been live for a good old while. We're out of time now, so we'll wrap up with our free game-ish Wednesday. This is all free on, let me just point this out to you as well, ! Gamep Ass. So if you have Gamep Ass, then these are free games, free air quotes, that are coming to you in April. So Bugsnax leads late April Xbox Game Pass lineup. So 7 Days to Die, Unsold, Turnip Boy, and more. This is written by Tom Phillips at Eurogamer. Fucking big hype for the Turnip Boy. Yes, please. Beasts Meets Brunch Adventure Bugsnax. What was it? I'm trying to remember what his name. What's the name of the dude that works for like GI.biz is a journalist. Not Chris Schreier. There's another. I can't remember. There's another journalist out there that like hits loads of headlines, but he's basically made his podcast be like a play on the words Bugsnax, and it just fucking absolutely tickles me every time I hear it out. Do you know what? I'll put a pin in that. I'll probably bring it back to you tomorrow. We'll come back to that one at some other point in time, but we'll jump back into the article. So Beasts Meets Brunch Adventure Bugsnax headlines April's second wave of Xbox Game Pass editions after almost 18 months as a PlayStation console exclusive. Bad news for Xbox players as Bugsnax arrives on the 28th of April for Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S directly via Gamep Ass. It launches for Switch on the same date and is also when its Isle of Big Snacks DLC arrives for all platforms. So bad news, Xbox players, you will get the opportunity to play Bugsnax. I'm only joking, just being salty. It's not a game for me. But you know, you might enjoy it. So there you go. It joins your system on the 28th of April. It's also joined by open world zombie shooter 7 Days to Die, turn-based action title Research and Destroy, tough action RPG Unsold, plus cute dungeon solver, Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Let's go!
Yeah, everyone's running frantically to go and download that one. 12 more. Oh, do you know? Stop for a second. Jeff Grubb, his podcast is Grub Snacks. That's what it is. Snacks,
That's
yes.
it. So there you go. Okay, back into the room. Jeffrey Grubb. So 12 more cloud games get touch controls. Ben 10, Besiege, Danganronpa, Trigger. Do you know what? I'll leave all of that. I will leave this on the screen for just a second, though. As you can see, F1 2021 on cloud, 7 Days to Die, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, Nice. Pursuit remastered for cloud. All those are available now / towards the end of April. Bib, I know that you did say to me before the show that you wanted a good 20 minutes to talk about Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Sadly, we are out of time, so you don't have that much time.
Oh, no.
But free, not free, air quotes, games coming to ! Gamep Ass.
Yeah.
Game Pass, by the way, obviously, just in case you listen to this on the audio podcast and you can't spell out Gamep Ass in your... I'm being a tit to Game Pass, obviously. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while actually since I booted up my Game Pass and downloaded any games on it, as is the world at this moment in time. But am I gonna download Turnip Boy and give it a run? Probably. I can't imagine it being a very long game. It'll probably. In fact, I'm gonna very quickly. How long to beat? I can't imagine this being a long game.
45 hours. What the fuck?
There we go. How long to beat is Turnip Boy commits tax evasion? 2 hours. There you go.
I mean,
it's 2 hours to complete, so that's definitely something.
If he's evading his taxes, it's pretty accurate. I mean, that's efficient tax evasion there. 2 hours in and out, bosh.
Yeah, so am I going to download this now? I know that it's 2 hours, absolutely. So I'll let you know how good it is, Graham, because I know that you're dying to know.
Yeah, I can't wait. I have just been sidetracked though, because David has just wrote Jeep Barnett in the chat. And I remember us talking about that. What was that in relation to now? That is an absolute throwback. I remember like reading through the article saying Jeep Barnett, and then Bibby just kind of like malfunctioned. He just broke him. Who the fuck's called Jeep Barnett? It's got a hair like a vehicle. Or whatever it was.
Range Rover Fringe.
It was a journalist's name. Is that it? Oh.
Fantastic.
Oh, actually, Jeep Barnett is a Valve employee. There you go. He makes Portal. So interview with Jeep Barnett of Valve, designer of Portal. There you go. There you go. So there you go. Journalist probably shared it. So yeah, there you go. Jeep Barnett, nice. On that bombshell. Quick reminder then, there are a bunch of games coming to Game Pass this week / next week. So some of them are free and available now. Obviously free, you have to pay for Game Pass, but then you get the games within that subscription. So that's when I say free, that's what I mean. Yeah. I will always try and clarify that because don't want to seem like we're, what's the word? Misinforming you? Free. But yeah, some of them are available now, like Turnip Boy is available now. Need for Speed Hot Soup is available now. As Next Gen Base says, I play Need for Speed Hot Soup. Yeah, you can smell what's cooking. God damn. And then, obviously, the rest of the games will be available over the next 8 days or so. So if you're on Game Pass, do check them out. Nice. For now, though, we are going to disappear. What I am going to do first, though, is jump back into the main scoop screen. Just so I can show you this video. Obviously, if you were in at the start of the show, you will have seen this already. It's only 22 seconds, but myself, Bib, all of ICU are proud to announce that we are Astro partners. Yeah, there you go. So shout out to Astro Gaming UK. Do feel free to head to our Twitter. You will see that we have posted about that. Same thing on across all of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram. It'll be on the hover and things like that. Do feel free to drop GG likes on it, retweet, shares, all of that sort of stuff. We would appreciate, particularly Twitter, because Astro Gaming UK, they're on Twitter as well, and it'd be nice to show them some appreciation for their support. So very, very much appreciate that. Kind of bug and kind of snack. Kind of grub, kind of snack. Never heard of them before. What, Astro? God damn. Get out. Well, do you know what?
We haven't done it justice, have we?
It's our privilege to educate you, Taste Bad. If you want to win a set of Astro A40s, then keep your eyes on our Twitter this Friday. We will have a pair of A40s to give away. You get to choose your format, whether you want them to be PC and Xbox, PC and PlayStation. You let us know. We will make sure, with the help of the people at Astro Gaming UK, that you get the headset sent straight to you, Taste-Bad. No, it's not just you, Taste-Bad. It's to whoever wins. Whoever wins. You don't have Twitter, well, then you can't get involved, because it's a Twitter giveaway. So you need to get a Twitter. We told you this before. It's free. It's free. Have you not got a Twitter in 2022? God damn. God damn. But we are going to disappear, though. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking around for the second scoop of the week. Just a reminder that Bibby is off next week, so we may be only having a 3-scoop week next week, because one man running the studio all on his lonesome, just a bit of effort, plus then editing the videos and putting them in. So we may be down to a 3-scoop week next week, but we will still have the Wednesday and the Saturday streams. Also, speaking about Wednesday streams, I'm going to be back tonight from about 6:30 p.m. playing with the Triggermeister, because Wednesdays... It's like I'm watching Kind of Funny Games daily.
I'm just using all 30 bullets in his clip, Graham. Sorry.
It's an extended mag. It's just like the Roper report. So yeah, I will be back playing with the Triggermeister tonight. I will be opening all of my Astro headsets that I have received, so you can see exactly what the A03s, the A10s, and the A40 TRs look like. If you want to see, if you're thinking about picking up some, you can. I'll go through it. I'll show you. It'll be nice. But before any of that happens, Mr. Bibb, is there anything that you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much for joining us for the second episode of The Scoop this week. You're not hearing that wrong. It is Wednesday. We did have a bank holiday Monday, so if you want to help shape the final 2 shows this week, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, watching this on any of our on-demand services, go to the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there for you. But all we need from you is a URL plus your first impressions. We will then give you our first impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
Tomorrow, we will be live at 10 a.m. Ish. 10 a.m.-ish. We'll be live tomorrow for your next edition of The Scoop. So have yourselves a beautiful day. Stick around for the raid. We will drop a raid on one of our friends to pass on some love. But until then, you're all beautiful and stay frosty.